Cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me.
Liberty, Freedom, Whiskey Podcast. Two guys unfiltered, unedited, extremely opinionated, drinking whiskey. What could go wrong? Be warned, they don't care about your feelings. Just freedom and liberty, and of course, whiskey.
Welcome.
Good morning and happy Memorial Day.
Got to unmute my mic. We are a day late, but shit happened. So
I think we're banned off Facebook again.
why is that? I got us on there.
I don't see it.
Well, I shared it.
Yeah.
No, we're streaming on there. We got one person on Facebook and one person on YouTube. So
Just remember, in the wonderful words of General George S. Patton, it is foolish and wrong to mourn the men who died. Rather, we should thank God that such men lived. That is the premise behind Memorial Day. Think about the soldiers and stuff that didn't come home.
yeah, because Memorial Day is not about barbecues and
No.
crap like that. It's about the men and women who died to give us what freedoms we have left.
That's right.
And, seems like they keep chipping away at every single day.
Every day.
I saw a post earlier. I will read. It says, "The real heroes of this world will protect the American flag and everything it stands for, even if it means them coming back underneath one." Jim Rathman wrote that. But it's a true statement. There's a lot of them that come back underneath that flag that so many people would, or so many of these idiots out here love to stomp on.
Yep. They paid the ultimate sacrifice that way that a lot of the pansy bitches can cry.
So they can, so like I said, they can go stomp on it and bitch and complain and do all this other stuff, and all them other people paid the price for it. So I hope everybody is having a good Memorial Day holiday. Just remember why you got the day off of work, if you have the day off of work. A lot of first responders and stuff out there do not get the opportunity of holidays.
No, hell no. Not only that, a lot of your first responders, not your second responders. Your first responders are going to be busy because every year, barbecues, fights, all kinds of madness.
Let's have a barbecue with the family, get drunk, and beat the shit out of each other.
Yep.
Or nowadays, instead, we'll just shoot the shit out of each other.
As long as they don't miss, that's all that matters.
Well, I wonder how many kneecaps are going to get popped this year. Because, everybody can't shoot. They just shoot them in the knee. But there is one person that started celebrating, did their Memorial Day celebration a little early. You know who that is, right?
Me?
No, not you. Nancy's husband.
Yeah. How the hell are you going to jump straight to the end?
Nah, we're doing it first.
That's funny.
But Nancy's husband, Nancy Pelosi, if you don't know who she is, look her up. She's a drunk bitch with too much power. And
her husband's a drunk, too.
And fucked up eyebrows and shit like that. She's had way too many. I guarantee you, that woman is a plastic. They see her coming and they just figure out what they're going to buy a new yacht or a Ferrari or something. Because as old as she is, there's no way the skin on her face is that tight naturally. But if anybody don't know, Nancy Pelosi, the House Speaker, her husband, she's a Democrat, of course, out of California. That ought to say enough by itself right there. Paul Pelosi, he was arrested this past Saturday for driving while being under the influence of alcohol in Northern California. I didn't even know they enforced laws in California a lot of times. According to a public booking report, the financier was taken into custody just before midnight and held on a $5,000 bail. They called Hunter Biden to bond him out, but Hunter was high on dope at the time. No, I'm adding fact checkers. I'm making fun, okay? It's called comedy. It's making it up. They didn't call Hunter. They called Joe. But unfortunately, he was taking a Jello bath. No, he wasn't. I don't know. He might have been. I don't know if he's in Jello bath or not. With Jill. She was wiping his butt. Nancy's office said she would not comment on the incident. Well, why not, Nancy? Why don't you want to talk about it? Why? Because you're drunk, too? I'll guarantee you that bitch is drunk. She looks like a gin drinker. That bitch probably sucks the gin down like it's fucking just water. She's
not a fan of gin. Gives me a fucking migraine. I'm
not a big fan of gin. I like martinis. I don't like them. I guess because the first time I had a martini, it was extremely dry. It was on a cruise ship, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be fancy. It was at the fancy, tuxedo dinner with the captain thing. It's like, oh, they got martinis. I'm going to get me a martini. And I took a sip out of it and put that shit right back down because it was so disgusting. It was like...
Hey, that guy got hooked on Long Island iced teas. I was slamming them like they were regular tea, and I'm like, there ain't no fucking alcohol in this thing.
Oh, yeah, it does.
4 Long Islands later, I'm laying on the floor going, help.
Yeah, kind of like the when you wake up in the morning after a bad night at the bar, and you went home with Bo Derek and woke up with Bo Diddley. Like, who the fuck are you? I didn't, where's the hot chick that I went to bed with?
What the hell is up with Newsbreak?
I don't know. It's working fine for me. Everything's messing up for you today. Facebook, Newsbreak, your shit's broke.
Yeah, probably. It's this fucking stupid iPhone.
This iPhones are fantastic.
When I click something, it, the little synopsis of the story, and then it says read the full story in the Newsbreak app. You click that shit, and it takes you to Safari to download the app. I'm like, I already have the app, so I hit open, and it takes me some random ass stories.
The speaker will not be commenting on this private matter, which occurred while she was on the East Coast. Stand by.
Bless you.
That's why I muted the mic. Because that would have been extremely loud. Yeah, I did.
I heard it.
No, you did not. Anyway, additional details about his arrest were not immediately known. Nancy Pelosi was in Rhode Island on Sunday to deliver a commencement speech to recent graduates on how not to be a drunk. Paul Pelosi was not listed as remaining in custody. I'm sure they didn't keep him in custody. And unfortunately, I guarantee you, whatever cop did arrest him,
he's fired.
He's probably on car wash duty now or something like that. I'm sure you didn't know who he was. I can't believe you arrested him. So I'm sure this dude's probably in trouble. I'm just saying that because it's in California. The man did his job. In Mr. Paul Pelosi, probably not the first time. I'm guessing. I would guess that's probably not his first time getting stopped. It's just he probably got out of it because of who he is.
Right.
We're going to call that political privilege. How's that for a word? Is that a term?
I like that. Political privilege.
I'm coining that term right now. Let's copyright it, earmark it. Political privilege.
Well, look at Biden's son, Hunter. If me or you was to have a firearm in New York City in possession of cocaine or crack, we sure as hell wouldn't get whisked away.
And then dumped it into a dumpster and
just randomly threw it in the dumpster.
Threw it away. Yeah. Well, he lied on the application to get the gun. Also,
that's political privilege.
That is called political privilege. That's a new thing. So spread it around. I know our podcast ain't that big or anything yet, but spread that around. Political privilege. We're going to start, since everybody likes saying all these other privileged classes, that's political privilege. And Nancy and Joe and Hunter and all these other politicians have political privilege. So I just wanted to, that's all I got to say about Nancy, and I ain't got much to say about Nancy.
So
I call that when I also call when I go to the bathroom and take a big ass shit now. I call that taking a Nancy.
So a short update. I won't harp on it very long because the information is it's all over the internet. Basically, the U.S. Department of Justice is looking into the Uvalde Police Department. Turns out there were several police officers that waited outside of the area for 40 minutes staging and did not enter. That is the official report from the Texas Department of Safety. They said that, of course, the officer that was in charge made the wrong decision, and they're looking into it further. That's when, and I did find out that the Border Patrol agent's child and his wife were in the school. She called him, and he arrived on scene, got his wife and child out of the school, returned into the building, and shot the subject.
Yeah, I've heard similar stuff. I also heard that the police chief there, I guess it's very small.
City council?
Didn't even have a radio. He didn't have a portable radio or nothing like that. So, I mean, there's
another story saying he's moving over to the city council now.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that fell apart there, but I know what I would have done if I'd have been there. I'm not gonna.
Well, I know what our SOP states.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say what was going through those cops' minds over there or judge them until more stuff comes through.
Yeah, they're going to be judged enough. They don't really need us.
What aggravates the hell out of me with it is you got, and I've heard some other podcasts. I'm not saying names or anything like that, but and other, all these keyboard warriors and people posting online. But I'll go back to that part where I was about to jump off in. My ADHD's kicking in. Hey, look, a squirrel. But what pisses me off is you got all these motherfuckers saying, oh, this and that, and these cops are cowards, and this and that, and this and that. Hold on a second. Put your keyboard down. Put your microphone down. Strap a gun on. Go into a live fire situation, and I want to see how you're going to react to it. Unless you have been in a shoot, don't shoot with bullets flying around your head situation. Basically, just keep your mouth shut on downing somebody until you've been in that situation. Because you can all say, oh, they should have done this, they should have done that. Well, that's what they signed up for. That's their job. Well, you know what?
We didn't sign up to die, but we did sign up to serve and protect.
Yeah, that's true. Teachers also signed up to teach kids about reading, writing, and arithmetic, and not about cutting their cocks off in school either. But they're doing that shit too, aren't they? So if we can all say this and that until you've been put in that situation, and you know what? A lot of cops out there, you have it in your mind. I've seen it firsthand. Bullets start flying. Somebody you think that wouldn't freeze up may freeze up. Until you've been in that situation, you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know what
bullshit stops when the hammer drops.
You don't know what your body's going to do, what your mind's going to do. Some people, it's scary. Fight through it and deal with it. I know what I'd have done. I know what situations I've been in. People that have known me for that amount of time know I'm not one of the people that freeze up. But there's people that do. So until you've been in that type of situation, just shut your damn mouth, okay, for right now. Or go out there and do it, and then have your opinion on it. Other than that, just say, "Oh, it's unfortunate" or whatever. Don't just say, "Oh, they're cowards." Are you not a coward? What pisses me off is you got all these same people's like, "Oh, I'd have done this." That. How about we're going to talk about a story coming up in New York City? We talked about a story last Wednesday about a guy, this white dude that attacked this black lady in a store, started punching her. Some guy walked up behind him. Why didn't that guy have that dude around his neck, throwing him on the ground to pull him off of this lady?
Right. I'd have been on him like a fucking spider monkey.
So don't tell. Nah, that's what pisses me off. All these people like, "Oh, this and that." You motherfuckers can't even step in when somebody's being beat up.
No, 90% of the times they want to pull out their fucking cell phone for clout.
So
they can make a fucking TikTok and get famous.
I'm not saying these cops were right or wrong, neither or. I'm just saying all you keyboard warriors and mic jockeys and all that stuff like that, until you've been in a situation, just you ought to watch how you're saying it. That's just my opinion. It pisses me off.
Moving on to a lighter situation. Biden's high gas prices and war on fossil fuels proves president is cold, cruel, and callous. President Biden has defended high gas prices as part of the transition away from fossil fuels. As Americans start the summer driving season this Memorial Day weekend, they face gasoline prices that are memorable for all the wrong reasons. A national average gallon of regular gas cost $2.37 at President Joe Biden's inauguration. This metric hit an all-time high, $4.60 on Thursday. AAA reports up 94%. Yep, seems about accurate.
Oh, it's going up higher. It's going to be higher.
Oh, yes, it is. Biden does not feel Americans' pain. That's because he don't have to buy gas.
He don't buy gas. We pay for his gas.
Right. The Secret Service agent's going, fuck, this is expensive. Biden does not feel America's pain. Indeed, the sadist-in-chief, I like this guy, gleefully inflicts this torture, saying the quiet part aloud. He expects thanks for this punishment. No. High gas prices won't deter Memorial Day weekend travel.
I bet you
AAA exec says. Visiting Tokyo Monday, Biden told journalists, when it comes to the gas prices, we're going through an incredible transition that is taking place. That, God willing, when it's over, we'll be stronger and the world will be stronger and less reliant on fossil fuels. Incredible.
They want us all to buy electric cars. That's all. This is what this is about.
Yeah. Well, we've had that conversation.
Yeah. But it's unrealistic.
Yeah.
First of all, the general you look how many people live below the poverty line, the poverty line. They can barely afford a piece of shit Honda that the doors are rusting on. But
we can't even save money because we have to spend it on fucking fuel.
Yeah. And you think they can go out and buy a $60,000-$70,000 fucking electric car? Come on, people.
No, and it's called supply and demand. There's, if you look back 2 years ago, you could have got an electric car for an affordable price because there wasn't that big of a demand. It was, the people out in California, let's be honest, that wanted one. Now they're forcing people to go out there, so companies are going to jack the prices up. Why not? You've got freaking Ford charging twice the price of what a damn Tesla cost for that stupid, what is it?
Or anything.
The new Mustang thing.
Or is anything. My stepson just went and traded in a vehicle, and he got payoff on it. You know, I mean, they're actually the used vehicles. They're giving you basically what you bought it for, brand new or more.
Yeah.
You can't even buy a used car. I mean, cheaply anymore. Don't even talk about it. You go buy a new car. Forget about haggling. They're like, that's the price. Either pay it or leave.
Yeah, because there's such a high demand.
If you're lucky to find a new car that you actually want. We just drove past a big Nissan Kia dealership. It's two of them. One's a Nissan and a Kia directly right next door to each other. In between both of these brand new car dealerships, there might have been 8 fucking cars on the lot. It looks like the place is going out of business.
Our biggest dealerships in town have like 4 cars.
It's crazy. And you don't think that didn't put people out of work? What about them car salesmen? I mean,
I had a client tell me they're going to go start working as a car salesman. I'm like, you sure about that? There ain't no damn cars to sell.
It's ridiculous. But this is the Democrats trying to force people to go to electric cars. The problem is all these politicians, especially people like Sleepy Joe and Nancy Pelosi, who've been in office since the Stone Ages. They don't live in the real world. No. They live in their politically privileged world.
Yeah.
So these gas prices
when they're not doing their political privilege, they're inside of their gated communities and their $1 million homes.
They don't live in the real world.
Yeah, people don't realize. People like Nancy Pelosi and her wonderful spouse that likes to knock a few back. They don't go to Walmart like us. They don't. They don't go to Roush's or Publix or Kroger's.
They don't buy their own food. They have people.
No, they don't cook their own food either.
They probably don't wipe their own butts.
Well, they might do that, but I'm sure that they have some very low-paid individuals taking care of their residents.
Yeah, I mean, they don't clean their house. They don't wash their own clothes. They don't do none of that shit. They don't live like the rest of us do. I was washing clothes earlier, cleaning the kitchen. Do you think any of these people do that? No. I guarantee they have somebody that lays their clothes out for them. I mean, they don't do anything for themselves.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would like some of that political privilege.
Well, you're not going to get it.
No, I know.
So,
what does your shirt say?
What? It says this is a really old picture of me. It's a sperm right there.
Oh, shit.
That's what it says. So let's move on because gas is going to, y'all wait for it. Gas is going to hit $6, $7 a gallon.
I predict 8 to 10 by the end of this. I
mean, you're going to have, you want to defund the police? You ain't got to worry about defunding them. They ain't going to be able to afford to put fuel in their vehicles to go to work.
Ain't this next guy your brother-in-law?
Who's that? No, not even quite. What the hell? You done lost your damn mind. But yeah, because I read there was a news article not long. I don't know if we'll try to talk about it Wednesday or not. I forget where it's that. I don't know which department it is, but they actually they had maxed out their fuel man or went above the budget, and the cops couldn't get fuel to put in the police cars to go to work.
He fucking bicycle patrols everywhere. Ring, 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 ring.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's because this affects the fire departments. Like I said, the garbage people, the police, especially people that are out on the street all the time.
Well, I'm waiting for the garbage prices to go up.
I mean,
shit, we already paid $50 to get the damn garbage picked up.
So, you want to read about Michael Moore?
You ain't gonna read nothing today, huh?
I read the first one, Nancy.
I read Biden's hot gas prices.
Well, hold on. Let me read Michael Moore. I forgot.
No, I get it. Michael Moore.
You'll
get the next one. Michael Moore calls for repeal of Second Amendment, an MSNBC interview. Well, we all know that Michael Moore is the most educated individual on the planet, so we should heed his warning. Filmmaker Michael Moore, who explored America's gun violence plague 20 years ago in the Oscar-winning documentary Bowling for Columbine.
Never watched it, did you?
I didn't watch it. I watched it, and basically it was a how-to shoot up school guide. That's all it was. He was like, look, right here was how they manipulated that, and they did this. This is how they made the bombs. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I've read the Anarchist Cookbook, too, and it's pretty damn similar. And it actually had the actual footage of the kids being killed, which was weird. Urged a repeal of the Second Amendment. Watch the video below. No. In an interview with MSNBC, Chris Hayes on Tuesday, Moore called for drastic action, perhaps moratoriums on gun sales in the wake of the Uvalde, Texas school shooting that killed 19 and 2 teachers. Then he issued a challenge. Who will say on this network or any other network in the next few days it's time to repeal the Second Amendment? Oh, you can't say that? He said, in figuring what the response would be. Well, why not? Moore said.
I won't say it because it's bullshit.
It's fucking stupid, and it's how you start a civil war.
Yep.
I mean, right now in America, there was a poll that said 68% of conservatives were okay with separation from the United States. 48% of Democrats and liberals said the exact same thing. So we're almost at 50-50, just saying the hell with it. We don't want to be like, give California, New York, and Chicago, they're all the same country.
Well, you take the guns away from the people, the government takes over the people.
Yep. There's a reason the Second Amendment's there. It's in case the first one doesn't work.
Because if we can't defend ourselves against the government, that's why we have weapons. And we know the government has jets, and you have this, and you have that, but still, I don't care. It's still our right to protect ourselves against the government. They want look at these countries where the citizens don't have weapons no more.
Yep.
Over there in the UK, guess what? Bad guys still get weapons. They still shoot people.
Look
Because
at what
bad
happened in
guys don't
Australia
care.
over the COVID lockdown.
Yep.
The entire government was capturing people and forcing them to stay in concentration camps until they felt better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. They ain't doing that shit in America, and that's why.
No. It's like I have guns. You have got. Don't come. You got to. You come take my guns. You just got to pull it like that old saying did. And take it out of my cold dead hands. Because I'm not just giving up my guns.
They can get them muzzle first.
Yeah, I'll give them to you one bullet at a time.
That's it.
Michael Moore can. Well, he probably does. So I'm not going to say he can suck a dick. I think he probably sucks lots of dicks. And everything.
I thought he died of diabetes or something.
I mean, I can't even tell you the last time he's even made a movie or anything like that. I don't know.
I think he was a one-hit wonder.
He makes movies, and now he thinks he can. I don't know. It's like him and you know what? If him and Whoopi had a child, that would be like the super liberal child you ever seen.
Well, they're calling us ultra mega now, so
ultra
that
MAGA,
would be ultra liberal.
Yeah, I'm proud to be ultra MAGA. Make America great again.
There's nothing wrong with wanting America to be amazing.
No.
If you're from a country, you should want your country to be the best on the planet.
Yeah, all them fucking libtards and Democrats say you hate this country so bad, get the fuck out.
Fuck, go to Ukraine. They're looking for people.
No one is keeping you here. Get a plane ticket.
He'll start a GoFundMe. I'm sure enough people will buy you a plane ticket.
And fucking pick a country. Where you want to go?
Saudi Arabia.
Go.
I hear it's wonderful for women and children.
Yeah, go on over there. If you think America's so fucking bad, go to another country. Go to one of these other countries that you think's so great, and start hooping and hollering about the government, and see what happens to you.
I think. Hear me out. That we should have all these LGBTQ people that hate America because it's so oppressive. I would like to see a large number. I want them to swamp the country. So like over 1,000 of them need to fly into Moscow and have a great pride parade right through the Moscow Center.
Yeah, go to Russia and do that. Go ahead. See what happens. I
think they just shot somebody to death for doing that.
Go to Afghanistan and do that.
Shit. Yeah, like I said, I was trying to be light. They'll just stone your ass over there.
I mean, everybody's complaining about this country. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else and say you're going to marry a man. Go ahead. Go see what happens to you.
Right. We are a very accepting nation. That is one of the least racist on the planet. You have to remember, there's countries in the Middle East that still have slavery. Iran still has slavery to this day.
Over there with Al-Qaeda and all them people and that stuff, basically those die-hard Muslims or whatever it is, the women are basically slaves.
Yep, and they have children, wives, and stuff like that.
If you're a woman or female, you're basically you belong to that man.
Yep. Bunch of goat fuckers.
Michael Moore, and it's like he's just like Whoopi Goldberg. They're both fucking just useless individuals. I mean, with The View, where did you get a bunch of old wrinkly ass fucking bitches that ain't never done nothing but act?
Joan Behar.
Now all of a sudden they're political experts. Whatever.
Didn't we discuss this next story? Like saying, doesn't that make sense? Long before this even became a thing.
It might have. I don't know. Is it the Democratic Socialist one?
Right.
Yeah. Pull it up.
I'll let you read this one.
I'll read it. Okay. It's from Fox News. Another headline read, Democratic Socialist congressional candidate defends calls for the homeless people to occupy vacant homes. Rebecca Parson, a Democrat socialist running for Congress in Washington. To me, first of all, if you even have socialists in your name and get elected, I mean, that's just, people are so fucking stupid.
It's from the state of, the autonomous zone, dude. No shit.
Yeah. She defended her campaign video where she encouraged homeless people to break into vacant homes across the country to help her advance a potential housing bill if elected. So now she is advocating for crime, which a lot of these big time Democrat socialists are all about the crime. In an interview with Fox News host Jesse Waters on Tuesday, Parsons, a member of the Democratic Socialist of America who is running to represent Washington's 6th congressional district, defended her controversial campaign ad, but clarified that she was referring to empty houses owned by banks or corporations like Zillow and BlackRock, which it don't matter who owns it. If you break into something that does not belong to you, it's a crime. It's a
you know as well as I do, I just got done dealing with some shit about that. And you can't get these fucking people out of your house. You think evicting a renter is hard? Evicting a fucking squatter is almost impossible. They have more rights than a tenant.
I'm just pointing out the fact that there are 600,000 homeless people in the country. And that number is going to rise because they're going to get evicted because they can't afford the gas to go to work because they're Democrats. 40,000 homeless veterans. They shouldn't be homeless. The government, they paid their due to this country. They should be taken care of.
Hey, we spent $45 or over $50 billion to Ukraine this last time.
Take some of that billions of dollars you just shipped to Ukraine and take care of the veterans. Sorry. Like I said, piss people off, whatever. Feel sorry for the Ukrainian people. Not my fucking problem. It's not the American. It's not our problem.
We're not the world police anymore, guys.
No. Meanwhile, we have 28 homes for every homeless person. 28 empty homes for every homeless person. She said Jesse Waters on Primetime. So I'm calling on all of us to think about the empty homes that are owned by corporations like BlackRock and Zillow, like the banks that are owned by those companies, those large corporations, and not being used for what they're intended for, which is actually housing people. It's their private property. They bought it.
Yeah, if I want to buy a piece of property and let it sit vacant for the next 2,000 years, it's my fucking property.
Yeah. Occupying buildings is nothing new for Parsons. In 2020, she was a spokesman for the group Tacoma Housing Now, which organized a group of homeless people in 16 rooms at a motel in Fife, Washington. The group paid for one night for the rooms, then demanded that the city and state government pay as the people refused to leave. They should have been physically removed from there because they're there committing theft.
I went through that last night as well.
Well, it says, when told about a Fox News report that identified the potential legal issues involved in occupying property owned by someone else, Parson appeared to pivot her position, insisting that she is not calling on people to break the law. Bitch, you just said for them to break into vacant houses and stay in them.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you guys have vacant properties,
that's
put
called
alarm systems.
Breaking the law.
You got to catch them within 24 hours, otherwise they're fucking vagrants.
In y'all state.
Florida sucks for that. I have no idea how one of the greatest states in America has some of the best squatter laws. Like, just everybody come here from every other country and break into an empty house. It's yours.
She said that she is calling on us to think about buildings that have been empty for a while that are owned by and again, here it comes back, corporations. They are not having a lot of buyers coming looking at them. That's because the economy fucking sucks because of the Democrats. They're just sitting empty, and there are a lot of houses like that. Of course, somebody owns them. So let's just give people who don't have a house just going to go in there and tear the fucking shit up because that's what they do. You think they're going to go over there and cut the grass and take care of it? No. You give somebody something for nothing, they don't appreciate it, and they fucking tear it up. Waters, he later asked this stupid bitch Parson about her calls to abolish ICE. We managed fine before ICE, she said. What I'm really concerned about is the fact that all across this country, including in my district, there are 28 empty homes for every homeless person. Why do we have veterans? Well, how about me? Look, I want one of them free houses, and I want to use that as my vacation home. Just give me a house. I want a house. Just give it to me. Since we're just giving fucking shit away. I don't even qualify for fucking food stamps. What about you? Do you? No, you don't either.
Qualify for fucking nothing.
Anyway, this Parson woman is a complete. I wish I'd have put her picture up here.
She's a socialist. That's what they want. They want to steal from people that have to give to people that don't want to work.
She looks like a fucking, well, yeah, I mean, and plus she probably likes homeless people because that's the only people that have sex with her. Look, there's a picture of her right there. Look how ugly she is. Well,
She's a cartoon character.
Well, she is now because the filter gone. She is literally she has a cartoon character brain because she is a fucking moron.
That was great. All right, moving on from that, we actually have a breaking news happening right now in Florida.
Right now? This minute?
Yeah. Police snipers protect Florida divers during water rescue in alligator-infested pond. Only in Florida. Police snipers were called to the scene of water rescue in Florida to protect the divers from alligators. The Florida Highway Patrol reports a minivan was traveling on the Florida Turnpike in West Miami-Dade on Friday. When the driver lost control on the exit ramp, overturned and drove into the retention pond. A man and an elderly woman were in the vehicle, according to officials. Witnesses jumped into the water to help, and authorities called the dive teams to the scene along with snipers. The divers pulled the victim. They pulled the victims out of the water, and the snipers protected the divers. So basically, the divers were sitting there just taking pop shots, or the snipers were, at the gators sneaking up on them. That is the most Florida shit.
Gators gonna be gators. They gonna do what gators do.
I mean, and it's hilarious because that's FHP. I wonder, damn well FWC standing there going, you really just going to start shooting at alligators?
You can't shoot the alligator. You ain't going to have a tag for it. Get caught in the state of Louisiana killing a gator without a proper tag for it.
Well, that's the thing. They're both state police.
Your ass is going to be in some fucking deep-ass shit. You hear me? They will put you in fucking jail.
Well, that was that one guy or something that traveled to your all state and fucked around, and somehow now he's in prison for so many years.
Yeah, don't fuck around. I mean, like I said, you have to buy tags. Now, you have the nuisance hunters. They get called out, but they actually have tags, too. There's special tags for them. They just can't go, I got a nuisance gator, come out and just pick it up and kill it. No, they have to tag it, and all this shit's got to be recorded. So,
well, that's the thing is, okay, our state police, which is the Florida Highway Patrol, and the Florida Wildlife Control are both state entities. So, and they both work underneath FDLE, which is Florida Department of Law Enforcement. So, yeah, you've got one that's sitting there blatantly, breaking the law, popping gators, and the other one's just going, we're just going to be ignored here?
Yeah, stop shooting a gator. I mean,
Jesus.
Gators got to eat.
That's it. Leave them alone. They wanted them old people. Karma put them there.
Been eating I don't think they wanted the old people. I've been eating like an old rooster or something like that. It's like fucking chicken jerky. You ever ate an old rooster?
No.
Or an old chicken? Like them old, laying chickens. See, people. This is for city people that listen to us. The chicken. A chicken is not a chicken. Not every chicken is created equal. Okay.
No, you got some of them that are real small, no meat.
Well, you have egg chickens. Those are chickens that lay eggs, of course. And then you have meat chickens, and meat chickens are made for meat. You can eat an egg chicken, but guess what? It's gonna be really tough, and it's not like a meat chicken at all. I've done it. I had some roosters. I strung them up by the feet, slit their little throats, and bled them out, and cooked them, cleaned them, and cooked them, and it was some tough ass meat.
But I would say that there is certain egg chickens that do make good meat chickens, like a Rhode Island Red. That's a big ass bird.
Yeah, but it's not the same, especially if you wait for the chicken to stop being a good layer.
She's old.
Chicken's good for about 3 or 4 years, and after that, they're still going to lay eggs, but they're not going to lay every single day like they do as a young chicken. So after about 3 or 4 years, a chicken, it's still going to lay the eggs. It's just not. Let's say if you got 12 chickens, and they're all between 1 and 3, you're going to get 12 eggs a day.
Yeah, I've got 5 chickens. I get 6 eggs a day.
But after that, after a certain amount of years, 3 or 4 years, if you have 12 chickens, you may only get 6 or 7 eggs a day. Because not all of them are going to lay every day like they used to. They start laying less eggs. They're just getting old.
I mean, don't get me wrong. 6 eggs a day is still a good fucking. Trust me, you build up an accumulation of eggs very fucking quickly.
My father-in-law has 20 chickens.
So you get all the free eggs you want.
So we get lots of. Especially since I've been watching when I eat and dieting, I eat 4 eggs every morning for breakfast. I cook 4 eggs before I go to work and eat them every morning. So a dozen eggs only lasts 3 days for me. So I can go through quite a bit of eggs. So,
yeah, I love eggs. I know there's some people who can't stand them. We're off on a tangent. Congressman Dean Phillips, do not tell me your AR-15 is worth more than another 14 children's lives. It's not about that. It's worth every child's life. It's for our national sovereignty.
They're going to pull it.
That's exactly what they're doing. Instead of them actually going down there and hugging these mothers and fathers and talking to them and offering them help, dealing with this situation, these people are just
because
they're pandering.
This nutbag could have walked in there with a handgun, a pistol.
He could have walked in there with a fucking hammer.
Yeah, but he could have walked in there with a regular pistol or a revolver. He could have walked in there with a revolver and killed just as many people just as fast.
I mean, let's be honest. They were little kids. He could have done it with a machete.
A bullet is a bullet at that range. It don't matter if that was an AR-15, a rifle, or whatever. He could have walked in there with a shotgun and started. He'd have probably done way worse damage with a shotgun.
Scattergun.
And just started blasting people. Okay, so they're just making a big deal. It's a AR-15. It's an assault rifle. It's a rifle. It looks. The problem is the way it looks. It scares the liberals because of the way it looks like an M16, even though it's not an M16.
Yeah. But Minnesota Congressman Dean Phillips is sending sharp criticism towards his Republican colleagues following Tuesday's mass shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, that left 19 children and 2 adults dead. In a tweet after the shooting, Representative Phillips wrote, "I'm a gun owner. Do not tell me our founding fathers conceived of this carnage when they wrote the Constitution. Do not tell me they would have tolerated this madness. Do not tell me that teachers must be armed. And do not tell me your AR-15 is worth more than another 14 children's lives." You know who? If we all handed in our guns tomorrow, by this time next year,
the murder rate's going to be way higher.
Absolutely. The murder rate, I guarantee you half of the United States would get wiped out within one physical year. And that's only because the government tyranny would kick in. That's when they start taking people like me and you that voice our opinions, we never comply, and we stay free.
Well, you have an AR-15. I have an AR-15. Guess how many...
They identify as hammers.
Guess how many...
Cordless hole punchers.
Guess how many people my AR-15 has run out there and killed? None. Because guns don't kill people. Crazy people with guns go on mass shootings, okay? Go look at the stats. I should have pulled them up. Go look at the stats. I guarantee you there have been more mass shootings in the last 15 or 20 years that were committed with handguns than were with rifles.
Well, hell, Mel just sent me a story earlier, and it had to do with, it's another car incident.
We need to outlaw cars.
Well, yeah, another 20 people were wiped out by a car.
Yeah. Was it a Ford?
Did you hear that, or was it only me?
What?
I guess it was only me. I think it's Facebook.
You're hearing dead people.
No, it's because I had the headphones on. Yeah, paramedics in Nebraska say at least 2 people are dead and 19 others have been hospitalized. Basically, they have this huge Memorial Day event. Well, one particular asshole decided to go out of control, ram into a vehicle, and then fucking run over well over 20 people. But, yeah.
Don't tell me your car is worth more than another 20 kids' lives.
And my car is. I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying, it's fucking these politicians fucking virtue signaling. Always don't let a good crisis go to waste, right?
I hate that.
Dean Phillips, he can go suck Michael Moore's dick.
Probably did, right before they made that post.
And while they're doing that, while them two, the Michael Moore and Dean Phillips are in a 69 blowing each other, Whoopi can come over there and start pegging them from behind. Get that picture in your head. That's
Fuck
enough,
Washington, D.C.
That's enough to give a grown man nightmares.
I ain't paying another fucking fee to have my truck on the road.
Yeah, how you like that, huh?
Oh, this is yours. I'll let you read it.
How you like that one?
It's fucking bullshit's what it is. I already spend about that every damn year to renew my tags.
I think that's just in D.C. I don't think it's nationwide. We'll find out.
Well, we have our own DMVs. There's a reason why there's a Washington State driver's license, a Louisiana license, Florida license. We all have different laws.
Washington, D.C., the D.C. means dumb cunts. Okay.
I like it.
Wants heavy truck owners to pay a big $500 annual fee. It's no secret that the average new car is awfully heavy. That's because the average new car is usually a crossover SUV or a pickup truck. And as battery power becomes more prominent, that problem won't be remedied right away. This causes issues on more than a couple of fronts, namely pedestrian safety and infrastructure. What are we supposed to do? Put mattresses on the front of them? Don't step out in front of a fucking car, you dumbass. Look both ways before crossing the street. I learned that when I was like 4. Some Washington, D.C. council members are looking for a way to mitigate large vehicle impacts on both by proposing that anyone with a car or truck weighing over 6,000 pounds pay an extra $500 annually. This sounds like a money grab to me.
I think they're fat shaming.
But, 6,000 pounds for a vehicle isn't that much.
No.
That's roughly 7 times the normal registration fee for mid-size sedans. The District of Columbia typically requires some of the highest registration fees as it is already. A vehicle weighing under 3,500 pounds costs you $72 per year. Anything more than that, but less than 5,000 pounds, costs $115 annually. While the current structuring has a price gap of $155 for the highest rigs, the heftiest rigs. Notably, hit the wrong button. Notably, the proposal does not make any concessions for people who need large vehicles for work. That'll be a kicker for anyone whose job requires a diesel truck for moving equipment or material. If not, the most tragic story for those who drive them purely for style and performance. Either way, the penalty would apply just the same. Now, this may not seem like an immediate concern if your daily driver isn't a Ford Super Duty, but just look at some of the large SUVs that are are now out. The high-end 2022 Chevrolet Suburban can weigh as much as 6,016 pounds.
I just looked them all up. Yeah, so a Ram 1500, which is a smaller end on the Rams, is already over 6,000 pounds.
Jeep Grand Wagoneer, 6,400.
F-150s and stuff like that all pass, but F-250s don't.
The proposal does not take electric vehicles into consideration, as they are typically heavier than the gas vehicles because of all the fucking battery. An all-wheel drive 2023 Cadillac electric vehicle is right at 6,000 pounds. This would cause for concern had lawmakers add an extra 1,000-pound weight credit for EV. So if you have an electric vehicle, you get an extra 1,000-pound weight credit, which just fucking stupid. Of course, if you drive a 9,046-pound GMC Hummer EV, that's not so relevant to you. They make those. The thing weighs almost 10,000 pounds. Jesus Christ. Neither does it help out Ravan RIT. I don't know what that is. Electric truck. That's 7,100. It does, however, cover the battery-powered Ford F-150 Lightning, which totals 6,590 in the extended range battery. One of the leading D.C. council members in support of this, Mary Chi, told Bloomberg, "You can't ban sales of these things, but you can make them, pay their own way." I tell you what, I wish these 18-wheeler drivers to drive all these, in California and D.C. and all these fucking places that hate diesel engines and hate this, and they hate y'all too, would just stop delivering to these places. Them motherfuckers would change their minds real quick when they started getting really fucking hungry, wouldn't they?
They actually have a company called Edison Motors, and it's a startup company. And basically, they're taking Tesla's like cars that have been broken down, and they're creating electric semis. But the cool thing is they're using them because they have capacitors and generators on board. So like say your neighborhood loses electricity, there is so much electricity in that one rig that they can power the entire neighborhood.
Well, with all this passing, you know how much money this adds to the budget of the city now?
$1,000 because nobody up there drives a real truck.
$40 fucking million they're estimating. It's a money grab. Everything's about money. But
they better have really nice roads.
If you decide to live in one of these fucked up places, California, New Jerk City, fucking Illinois.
The guys will just go out and get like post office boxes right outside of the state or something. Just register their car out of state.
It's just fucking ridiculous. They're just trying, like I said, price of shit's about to go through the roof, people. I hope y'all been stocking up. You want to do this next one from the gayest place on earth since
Under the Sea. Yep. Disney World guest says she was asked to leave park or buy a shirt to match dress code. Give me 1 second.
Problem is with Disney is what pisses me off about this story. It's okay, maybe she had some cleavage or whatever showing. Problem is they want to support all these pedophiles and fucking all this shit, but a woman shows some cleavage and they want to fucking make her go buy a t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. My wonderful child decided right now is the best time to call me. A woman who visited Walt Disney World Resort says she was dress coded by theme park staff, and the viral TikTok detailing the alleged incident has led to a larger debate on the organization's dress code policy. Content creator Nicole, took a Mother's Day family trip to Orlando. That was her first mistake. Resort in early May, according to TikTok. On Monday, May 9th, she uploaded a video to TikTok saying she was turned away from one of Disney's theme parks. Guys, it happened. I got dress coded at Disney, and I was told to leave or get a shirt. Just buy a fucking shirt. Said in the footage, so now we're getting a shirt. Yeah, okay. TikTok. Do they actually have a photo of her in here? Like, TikToker gets free Disney
I don't know
World
if they got
T-shirt.
it on that or not or whatever. But it's just the reason I put it in here is just like I said before.
I mean, they give her. Wait a minute now.
Disney World wants to support all this gay shit and transgender shit and all this stuff and fucking basically grooming kids and all this stuff. But some woman walks around with too much cleavage showing, and you want to make her put a fucking shirt on. But it's okay.
They actually gave her a free shirt.
Yeah, but it's okay for y'all to support wanting little kids to be able to chop their dicks off. But Lord forbid if you see some cleavage. Jesus Christ. I wish people. This is not going to happen. It's not going to happen because you have these diehard fucking Disney people that think it's the fucking only place to ever go. They just totally refuse to go over it. Well, it don't affect me. Well, it will when your fucking grandkid starts getting ass raped by Mickey Mouse in the fucking bathroom, okay? It's going to affect you. So until people like that stop going to these places and giving these fucking morons their money so they can support these fucked up causes, none of this shit will ever stop. And it'll just keep going. That's my rant. Fucking can't take it. Fucking faggot ass Mickey Mouse. I shouldn't have said that word, but I said it anyway. Whatever.
People's grandkids, Mickey Mouse. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Just saying. It just pisses me off. You're gonna fucking. This woman's got. It ain't like her nipples were showing. She had too much cleavage showing. But that's bad. We can't say that. But go chop your dick off. That's okay. Yeah, let's go. It's fine. Let's let little kids take hormone blockers. We'll support that. That's fine.
The people in the comments were the funniest. They're like, you do realize that Ariel wear fucking seashells over her nipples, right?
Ariel is probably a transgender, fucking non-binary, gender fluid seal or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, that next one's sick. Is that another one, or is this the same one that happened up in Philadelphia or whatever?
Fuck Disney.
No, that's New York.
It's a new one. Oh, let's see. Let me go rid of this one.
This goes back to what we're talking about people acting fucking tough. Oh, keyboard warriors. And they ain't got the fucking balls to actually help.
It's like people, like I said, and people get on there and say, "Oh, the cops should have done this or they should have done." Well, I agree. They should have went in and should have done it. I know what I would have done, but don't get on there and say what they should have done when your fucking ass ain't gonna do it because y'all too fucking scared to do anything, even when y'all see something going on. Just like in this case right here.
Yeah, I'm straight off a case. Which motherfucker would?
New York City. I shouldn't have to say anything else. I'm just said it. New York City. Subway riders fail to intervene as a woman pleads for help as she's being attacked. Go fuck it. These are the same motherfuckers leaving comments saying these cops are cowards. A video has emerged of a woman on the New York City subway pleading for help as a man assaults her while other riders just ignore her. Oh, I'm not going to get involved. Those cops were cowards. They should have went in and got those kids. The video first began spreading on Wednesday after Daily Dot published a story about the incident. In the footage, a man in a white hoodie stalks through the subway car screaming cuss words and sits down in a seat. So obviously this man's probably got fucking some kind of mental disorder. So that makes it okay because he's handicapped now, I guess.
He's from New York City.
Well, we can have a whole discussion on hoodies by itself. The other passengers near the man slid away after he sits down. One woman who the man sat directly next to tries to leave, but he reaches up and grabs her hair and yanks her back down into the seat next to him. That would have been the first step where some man, which I'm sure they had several of them, on this fucking train, subway, whatever the fuck y'all call it, should have snatched that motherfucker clean out or just jumped on him like a goddamn spider monkey right there until he let that woman go. Right there. But y'all are a bunch of fucking coward ass pussies. Oh, I'm from New York. I'm tough. Okay, whatever. tough my fucking ass. The only thing tough y'all had maybe was a bad steak or something at one point in fucking life. The woman immediately appears to be distraught and begins begging others to help her, crying out for help, which none of these pussies helped her, obviously. A few moments pass before the man screams at the woman to get up and shoves her into another part of the car, the train. He then walks away and continues screaming and moving erratically through the cabin. At one point, the man steps onto a seat inside the car and kicks the window out of the train while it is in motion.
And he jumped out and committed suicide.
Unfortunately, he did not. That would have been the best case scenario. When the train stopped, the man left and disappeared into the crowd of people. The New York Police Department issued a statement saying it was aware of the attack and that it was investigating the situation, but noted no formal reports had been filed. This is one of several violent incidents to occur in or on the city's subway system over the last several months.
Make subways great again.
On Sunday, May the 22nd, someone shot a 48-year-old Goldman Sachs employee. Because that makes a difference because of where he worked at, right? How about just someone shot a 48-year-old man in the chest while he was on his lunch break in what is believed to be an unprovoked shooting. The man, which New York has very strict gun laws. I mean, I'm sure that gun was legally possessed by the guy that used it, right? No, it's a bad guy. He died from his wounds. The suspect in the case, Andrew Abdullah, was later arrested, arraigned, and is currently being held without bail, which that is surprising right there. I'm surprised they didn't book him, let him go, gave him a Coke and a smile.
Must be a Republican.
A month prior, a man named Frank James allegedly, there's our favorite word, allegedly shot 10 people on another subway. No one was killed in that attack. He has since been charged with carrying out a terror attack against the mass transit system. And he was released on his own reconnaissance and I don't know if he was or not, but he probably was. Oh, the great mayor, Eric Adams, addressed the issue this month during a press conference shortly after the murder of Mr. Enriquez. The call is to come back to work, and the subway system is being safe is a major drive in doing that. He's just a blowhard. But anyway, yeah, this woman got physically attacked in front of a whole car full of people, subway car full of people. And what did they do to stop it?
It's a shame that the guy that shot the guy wasn't on this subway as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, all these are the same type of people. These are the same type of people that are hollering and screaming about these cops in Texas. They should have done that and should have done this. Well, you know what? You got a whole train full of people that could have done something to prevent this. I know if I would have been there and seen that going on, I might have got stabbed, I might have got hurt or whatever, but I wouldn't have just stood there and let it happen. I would not let it happen.
Yeah, but we would never be on a subway in New York.
No, I have no reason to go to New York City. I didn't lose anything there. I don't need anything there.
I know what I would lose there. My fucking mind.
Or my freedom, because they'd end up putting me in jail. So, but anyway, that was just to say the same people that are saying, "Oh, the cops should." That's the same people that stand around and do nothing or video it and don't help. So,
yeah.
Sorry to everybody listening. Guess I'm in a mood today that I didn't realize I was in when I started this.
Yeah, it's like Memorial Day, early day. Anyway.
Talk about Lee Crackwood here. I mean.
Yep. Lee Greenwood, after canceling NRA appearance, drops a bomb on Fox News. That weapon killed kids. Yeah, okay. Lee Greenwood, the staple of Trump rallies and the most prominent musician to pull out of the National Rifle Association's annual meeting in Texas, told Fox News on Friday that his conscience would not allow him to perform at the event in the wake of the Uvalde school shooting. Greenwood directly cited the massacre that left 19 children and 2 adults dead as the cause of his last-minute pang of conscience. The fuck is a pang of conscience? During an appearance on Fox and Friends on Friday, Greenwood added, "For me to go and play at the NRA just days after the shooting would have been an endorsement, and people would then deem that as me saying I like this weapon, obviously that weapon killed kids.
That weapon didn't kill anyone.
No.
The motherfucker that was holding it, pulling the trigger, killed the people. He could have had a fucking slingshot and killed people with. Are we going to outlaw slingshots? That Lee Greenwood obviously is a complete fucking moron also.
Yeah. I like this weapon. Obviously, that weapon killed kids. I just couldn't go. He noted that he and other artists were on contract to perform, but that the attack happened at a very bad time. And yes, there's two thes right after another. So soon after the attack, the host of Fox and Friends. Fox News morning program quickly changed the subject after his comment. On Thursday night, the country singer announced, is he a country singer?
I guess, I don't know.
I don't even know what the fuck he sings besides God Bless the USA. On Thursday night, the country singer announced that as a father, I join the rest of America in being absolutely heartbroken by the horrific event that transpired this week in Texas, according to Verity. I was scheduled to perform at the NRA's private event on Saturday with my band. After thoughtfully consideration, we have decided to cancel the appearance out of respect for those mourning the loss of the innocent children and teachers in Uvalde.
He's an idiot. The guns don't kill people. Again, that gun did not jump up and run in that school and start shooting people.
No, the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
It was the crazy motherfucker that was wielding the gun that killed the people. I can take an AR-15 and lay it on this table right in front of me, and guess what? It's not going to get up and hurt anyone.
Not anytime soon, anyway.
It takes a person to do that. So all these people can just, they're just fucking just stupid. All right, on to something totally off the thing of weapons.
Are you sure?
Yes. We're going to talk about some Frankenfood.
The fuck?
Yep. This is out of from the Independent. Anger as government plans to sell gene-edited Frankenfood unlabeled. Legislation to push through the development and marketing of gene-edited crops is set to be introduced into a new bill this week, despite opposition. The plans will allow vendors to sell gene-altered crops and livestock unlabeled in the face of government polling, which shows most consumers want labels on gene-edited products. Correct.
Hell yeah.
I want to know if I'm eating some kind of weird-ass fucking science experiment, okay? Not saying I won't eat it if it's good. I'd like to know.
Oh, I'll try it once.
A survey found that 88% of, this is overseas, 88% of Brits are opposed to the rule change to permit the sale of so-called Frankenfood, which if it's over there, it's coming over here. Have raised concerns that without proper labeling, consumers won't know that what they are putting in their bodies. Gene editing changes the traits of a species or plant or animal faster and more precisely than traditional selective breeding, which has been used for centuries to create stronger and healthier crops and livestock. That's why 5-year-old girls are growing breasts now, because of the alterations.
Yeah, that's why these 13-year-old girls are going out to clubs and stuff, and the guy at the door thinks they're 21.
Yeah. The government claimed the process has a number of benefits. It helps improve food security as it produces crops that are more nutritious. It could improve climate resilience as there would be less need for pesticides and fertilizers that damage wildlife. Livestock used would be more resilient to disease and require fewer antibiotics. It could also pave the way for rolling out tomato plants that are mildew resistant, that cut fungicide use and are fortified with vitamin D, developing wheat that can cope with higher temperatures, and breeding chickens resistant to bird flu. Officials and scientists draw a distinction between gene editing, which involves the manipulation of genes within a single species or eugenesis and genetic modification, in which DNA from one species is introduced to another. That's when we're going to have lizard people running around on the flat Earth.
We already do. They live in Washington.
But following an EU ruling in 2018, it is regulated in the same stringent way the regular stuff is. Anyway, it's just, they're talking about all this new genetically modified food and vegetables.
It's been around forever.
I don't care if they do it. Just say, all you got to do is do a label on it, genetically modified. I'm not saying it don't taste good and I wouldn't eat it. I'm just saying I'd like to know. I don't want to think I'm eating a regular chicken, and instead I got Franken chicken over here. So,
Fun fact. Did you know that corn is actually like this big and not that good?
I love corn.
It's been modified genetically over the years. You should look it up after the podcast. Look up the original corn. And then over the years, they bred it with different plants and genetics and crap. And now we have these big, beautiful ears of yellow corn that are sweet.
And delicious.
Oh, yeah, I agree. They're delicious, but that's the same process.
I like the little baby corns that they put in the Chinese food. You don't like baby corn?
I do. I just, yeah. But it's, yeah, you have to look it up. The original corn that, like, they talk about with the Pilgrims and stuff was not this big, yellow, delicious corn that we have today. Day after Texas school shooting, New York State defeats gunmakers' legal challenge of a new gun law. That's weird. A federal judge in Albany on Wednesday threw out a 2021 lawsuit filed by 14 gun industry members against New York State, just one day following the horrific school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, that left 19 children and 2 teachers dead. The challenge law gives the state and individuals affected by gun violence the right to sue gun companies for contributing to public nuisance.
What?
No, people suing gun manufacturers for using said firearm in a certain crime.
Yeah, that's like
that
suing.
Makes no sense.
That's like suing Ford because somebody got behind the wheel and drove drunk and killed people, or the guy that ran through the parade. Wasn't he like a little Ford Escape looking thing or something like that?
So let's sue Ford. So
let's sue Ford for this guy running over 60 people.
I mean, oh God, it just don't make any fucking sense.
No, it don't make sense. But it's coming out of New Jersey over there, so it's just go figure. You're gonna see.
Oh yeah, he was assigned by Obama. U.S. District Judge May, whatever, a Barack Obama appointee refused to enjoin enforcement of the statute and dismissed the gun company's plaintiff's lawsuit that allegedly the statute was unconstitutional. The plaintiffs, which included the National Shooting Sports Foundation, a gun trade group, Beretta USA, Glock, Smith & Wesson, Sturm, Ruger. The statute was enacted in 2021 and would make members of the gun industry civilly liable for the public nuisance. So this woman shut it down so that they can't sue those companies.
Well, I mean, that would make sense. I mean, that's like, okay, I'm going to sue Pornhub for making my dick hard.
No, I do have carpal tunnel though.
But I mean, I'm going to sue McDonald's for making me have giving me high blood pressure, for making me fat from eating their French fries and shit.
I mean, think about that.
You could just sue everybody. I'm gonna sue God because I'm allergic to grass, okay, and it makes me sneeze. So I should be able to sue God. I mean, it makes no sense. So every company out there in the world is going to be liable for something, right? Yeah. Right. That's basically how it is. I'm going to sue the fork company for making forks because it makes it easier for me to eat more food. Okay.
I just use my bare hands.
I'm gonna sue the Chinese food restaurant for using too much MSG in their food and making me bloated from all the salt and shit.
Delicious. I might have to get some for lunch. Oh no, we got steak.
I mean, I'm gonna sue the cupcake company, but I'm gonna sue Betty Crocker for making moist and delicious cakes and making me want to eat it and get even fatter. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
It has nothing to do with the podcast. Florida man throws chili at someone, gets felony battery charge. Yeah, that's fucking normal.
Was it a spicy chili or was it a bean-free chili? I mean, what type of fucking chili was this? I need to know.
I don't know.
I need to know.
Pulled up my little feed. Hang on.
Fucking the chili bandit.
Oh, now it's
Jesus Christ. Was it Wendy's chili? Their chili's
I don't know. I didn't even. Oh, here we go. We can click on it.
Was
He's a St. Petersburg man.
Oh, well, that makes a difference. It was Peter chili.
Florida man throws chili at someone, gets a felony battery charge, affidavit says.
Did the pot hit him in the head?
A St. Petersburg man was arrested Saturday morning on a felony battery charge after throwing chili at someone, according to deputies. The report from Pinellas County Sheriff's Office said that George Neil Armstrong, 50 years old, got into an argument with someone Friday morning that began to escalate. Florida woman charged with felony battery after throwing lettuce at someone. That's another story.
Okay. What was it, the whole head of lettuce, or was it like a leaf?
The affidavit said that Armstrong poked the victim in the face before he took a bowl of chili out of the microwave and threw it on him. Deputies said Armstrong fled the scene of the incident before law enforcement arrived. However, he was arrested the following morning. According to the documents, the incident was domestic in nature. Authorities also said Armstrong had a previous conviction for battery on his record. So basically they were at the house. On to the lettuce lady. Florida woman charged with felony battery after throwing lettuce at someone, deputies say.
Was it romaine? I mean...
It's a whole fucking bag. St. Petersburg, Florida. St. Petersburg woman was charged with felony battery after using a bag of lettuce during a fight Saturday morning, according to deputies.
Jesus Christ.
Her name is Barbie. Barbie Renee Killop, 51, went to a man's house on San Fernandino Boulevard around 2:30 a.m. and began yelling at him to get out of the home. When the man told her to shut up, Killop threw a bag of lettuce at the man, hitting him in the chest, according to deputies. She was drunk.
I'm sure that bag of lettuce hurts so bad.
I don't understand it. It's like, where do they get the felony battery?
I guess because they used a weapon. And the lettuce,
fucking head of lettuce?
It's a fucking bag of lettuce. I don't know. It's just fucking stupid. I've been like, did you really just hit me with lettuce?
I mean, yeah. I mean, worst case
couldn't
scenario
they
is she's catching an ass whipping.
Couldn't they just let us her go? I mean, just let us drop. I mean, come on. I mean, it's fucking lettuce. I could see the chili maybe because if he got it hot enough, you could actually scald somebody with it. But
oh yeah,
but fucking lettuce. I mean, just let us.
A whole bag of lettuce.
Yeah, just let us go. So we're gonna go on to the next story here. This one isn't quite as funny. This is about the moron in chief, Joe Biden. He wants to give away more of our rights. He wants to give power to the World Health Organization to be able to control us and tell us what we can and cannot put in our body and all this other stuff. I'm not going to read the whole story. It's long. But I'm just saying, pay attention, people. They're trying to give away our rights to the World Health Organization on vaccines and stuff like that. The WHO can suck a dick, too. Not doing it. I'm not putting anything in my body that I don't want to. My blood will be worth something one day because I didn't take the vaccine. I'm still a true blood. So, but that's fucking the Sleepy Joe. You know, he'd rather eat his tapioca pudding than do anything else. And they just want to give all our power and rights away to fucking other countries and shit now. So he's a fucking moron. God,
well, we knew this.
How they fucking elected this man at all?
Bunch of dead people did it.
Yeah, but I do believe that.
Well, there's what's that new documentary called? 2,000 Mules or something?
Yeah, I would like to see it.
Yeah, I ain't got around to seeing it either.
The last story is about the backlash we kind of went over with the DOJ stepping in to investigate the school shooting now. Department of Justice. What a joke.
Yeah.
What a joke.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Usually I'm like, hey, keep your nose out of it. This one sounds like the ball dropped and somebody needs to be held accountable.
Yeah,
Because like we had discussed on the other podcast, this all could have been stopped. 19 babies didn't need to die.
No, they didn't. But the Department of Justice, this the same people that investigated Hunter Biden's laptop?
Oh, yeah, but this is Texas, so somebody's going to jail.
I'm just saying, it's the same people that investigated the laptop that's got, I mean, I sent you pictures that.
I get it, but it's also election season, and they need to rally something because high gas prices and a fucking $30 steak.
Yeah, they're going to lose. I mean, they cannot.
Oh, no, they're going to lose.
They can't. Hope to God they lose the House and the Senate. Lame duck his fucking ass. Of course, he executive orders everything like he's, King Biden over there or something like that.
Is anybody on Facebook?
I don't think we had. It's showing. I'm showing two people on here, and I don't know.
Me.
One of them's you, probably. Huh?
No, I'm on YouTube. Remember?
Well, I still see who's there. I'm showing one. Well, I don't know where two people. I'm showing one person on YouTube, and that's it. So I don't know where the two's coming from on my screen, but you were the only.
It's Facebook.
You're the only person watching. It don't matter. Like I said, we're more of a.
Yeah, this has actually been a pretty fun.
I'm more.
Have we been on for 2.5 hours?
No, it's been an hour and a half. Hour and 27 minutes.
Okay.
Well, me and Holster has had this discussion before. I mean, I like doing the Facebook and YouTube stuff, but if Facebook and YouTube zaps us off here, so be it. We don't make no money doing this. We do it because we want to.
And we just do the audio.
And we'll just do the podcast part itself. That's why on the other podcast on my Motor Cop Chronicles, it's like every Sunday or Monday, I'll put out an episode that's just audio. The only reason I do the midweek news when live is because it's just fun, and I like to interact with listeners and stuff like that. If I ever get booted, I'm not going to stop doing it. We just won't be doing it live.
What I would suggest people,
we'll do it live on Rumble.
If you like this, see on our Motor Cop Chronicles one, we're a little bit more politically correct. We don't get this into it, and there's a reason behind that, so we don't lose that page. So if you go follow Motor Cop Chronicles podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Apple Store, all that good stuff. If this one gets taken down, we'll just change the name, put it back up.
Yeah, you have to go over there and find out what it is.
Right.
We'll rebrand or something like that. But no, that's all we got to say for today. Like I said, I'm not going to apologize if I offended anyone. That's what I do in real life also. If you don't like the way I say stuff, don't listen to us. If
you're offended, don't blame us. Blame your mama for raising a pussy.
Yeah, exactly, because like I said, still freedom of speech right now. Like I said, if we get kicked off of the YouTube and Facebook, it's because you don't have freedom of speech on these two platforms until we get busted. But we'll see. I'm sure it's going to eventually happen.
Hell yeah, it will.
We do have a little bit of Liberty Freedom Whiskey podcast merch on Etsy at the Motor Cop Chronicles podcast store. You can go check it out if you want to get a t-shirt that looks like that up here. Help support the show a little bit. Like and subscribe. Give us 5-star, write a review. That's where it helps with the algorithm on Apple and stuff like that. Reviews help push you up higher in the search engine part. So other than that, that's all I got for today.
All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend and keep the...
remember what's the reason for it.
That's it. Keep the soldiers in your memories.
All right. Till next time. Stay free. Don't comply.
Love you.
We're out. Stay free. Never give in.